This is your host, Lakeisha. Make sure you hit the like button. Let everyone know we are live. It is now Thursday. We are closer and closer to the weekend. Oh my goodness. Today, had to drop my kids off. My daughter has this field trip today at a nice place. They're going to a performance. And child, the temper tantrum because she didn't want to wear what I selected for her. We had to go through a whole back and forth for 30 minutes. Lord, these kids get in fourth grade, fifth grade. I guess that's where it starts. I'm like, you look, trying to impress these little friends is people gonna talk regardless, okay? But y'all, I wanted to kind of go over some things for a short period that just basically do not sit well with me, okay? In various little cases. I know that y'all have probably, and I did a video the other day. Hey honey 5K gangster, welcome sis. Good morning. I did a video the other day about a 2-year-old little boy that was mauled to death by two Rottweilers, okay? His mom had basically found a babysitter, through the Facebook groups. Hi, Emmanuel. Good morning. And they had this one lady, because if you're a babysitter, you could pretty much go on there to solicit, clients, tell people you are available to babysit and so forth. And this is in Georgia. I think it's called I forget the name. It starts with a V. Valdosta City or something like that. And so the mom is a single mom, and I understand, that some people, especially when you're a single mom, trying to find daycare or people to watch your kids, and also depends on if you have family in that area, that can be hard, okay? So this particular lady, she did choose to select her, select as a babysitter. Hey, Amy, good morning. So this lady usually has about 10 kids that she watches. This particular day, it was a Saturday. So the little boy, his name is Kmar Jones, was the only one that she had that day. Okay. She proceeds, I guess she put him down for a nap, and she decided to take a nap as well. Well, her nap turned into allegedly 2 hours. And during that time, that baby at 2 years old woke up, walking around the house, got out of the house, allegedly went into the backyard to a kennel that housed these two huge dogs. Opened the kennel, and the two dogs got out. And when they got out, they mauled him to death. Okay. Now, during this time, the mom had been texting the babysitter, and the babysitter was not returning the mom's phone or text or phone calls, right? Now, I would be concerned too if I'm trying to call your resident, my child, the only one there, and you're not picking up the phone. Good morning, Miss Lady. Welcome. So the mom decides to just go there. She leaves work, y'all, and goes to the house. When she pulls up, she sees a whole lot of police presence, ambulance, and all of that. So now she's nervous because her child is there. And the police, y'all, did not even call this mom. When she gets there, police are taking pictures of her son, the detectives and things of that sort, taking pictures of her child. She had to find out that her child had been unalived by just showing there. The lady did not even call the mother. Okay? You imagine driving up on the scene and you find that your child is gone, that something tragic has happened to him. So now this mom, she's a single mom, and she has a GoFundMe because, she has to now lay her child to rest. Now, y'all, I try not to go into different conspiracies and things of that sort. But I must admit, I have a check in my spirit about something with this. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why I'm getting that this weird feeling that something else something was off in this situation. Okay, something was off. And when I tell you negligent, not only my thing is she's an unlicensed daycare worker. Let me tell y'all that. She is unlicensed. Now, you mean to tell me on a normal day you have 10 kids, okay? Your house is not childproof. It's not childproof. You don't have childproof locks on there. High time to Excel. Good morning. You didn't childproof your locks. The door wasn't locked. I think it was more to it. I really feel like it was more to this. And then they came and took the dogs. They picked up the dogs and another dog that she had there as well. And my thing is, they should put those dogs down. Okay, why are those dogs in some kind of shelter? No, they should have been put down. I just really feel like something else happened. Y'all, even if you fall asleep, this baby walking around, why wouldn't it seemed like he would have came tapping you? Because usually kids, especially at 2, looking for some snacks. Probably didn't even have a relationship with the little boy to even know where was she really there. Like, I just have questions. Okay, were you really there? Did you leave him there by himself? Did you go off somewhere to the store? Did you come back? Were you on something? Did you have a drink? Cause child, you in that deep of a sleep. And then my thing is, you can't put a child down to sleep and you go into a whole other room or something and take a nap. You should have been right there. If you know someone else's child is there, that baby should have been right there by you. So if he moved, then you would have known, he's up. Okay? Did he not come and try to tap you? That story just sounds so far-fetched that this little boy wakes up, he goes outside. Now there's another little dog the kids are probably used to. This little boy, has he ever been around those Rottweilers? Like, it would have seemed like, that looks scary. Because those dogs are huge. I feel like they need to look deeper into this case because something is off with this. I'm going to be honest. I just truly have this feeling. And, my mom used to tell me, parents, if you're taking your children to daycares and they're not, I ain't going to even say not able to tell you, pay attention to how they react when they go there, when they come back. Y'all, a couple of real life scenarios. I remember my mom used to take me to this daycare, and I remember where it was. Everything is still fresh in my mind, right? And one of the little girls that went there used to bite me every day. She used to bite me. And my mom, I was like, I knew what type of mom I had. But I was so scared to tell my mom because I did not want my mom to go out there and clown these people and get in trouble. Like, I was always looking out for my mom. I did not want her to get in trouble. If she would have gone up there, she didn't play about her kids, okay? And so every time it was time for me to go there, I would start crying. So my grandmother told her, look, you might not need to take her there because it's a reason that she doesn't want to go there. And it wasn't until years later, me and my mom, we were passing by there, and I told her what was happening. She said, girl, what? She was like, why you didn't tell me? I was like, I didn't want you going up there clowning them folks getting in trouble. Okay, baby, my mama did not play about her kids, okay? And so, child, she finally found out years later why I never went to go back to that place. My son, okay, this was like a few years ago. He was at a daycare, and so he was going through this phase. Hey, dreamy girl, welcome. He was going through this phase where he didn't want to take naps, okay? So one of the locations he was going to, they had employee daycare there. Like, if you worked there, you could get free daycare. Not free daycare, we had to pay, but it was for employees' children. So Ended up getting out that program. I don't think they wanted to see him come back there because during nap time, he's singing, throwing up his shoes. It was just a whole issue. So now I'm stuck. I'm like, okay, in this area, I have no family here. My husband's family is way 45 minutes away. What are we going to do? You know, my husband working, I was working, all of this stuff. So I was talking to one of my former principals that I used to work for, and she said she knew this lady where her child went, right? She said there's other people there, you know, principals that have taken their children there and all of this. So it wasn't too far from the school, perfect location and everything. So I'm thinking when I had talked to her that this lady was a licensed daycare worker, but she only, she lost during the COVID, because see, after COVID, she said she did not have her location anymore, and she was doing it inside of her home. Hey, Healing Hearts, welcome. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, at least she's licensed. And see, y'all, as parents, hey, this is a learning lesson for me. I need to see it. Okay? I need to see the license. So if you're taking your children to these daycares, these home daycares specifically, you need to make sure that you see the actual license. Okay? So I'm trusting, you know, my principal's judgment and that she knows this lady and all of this. So I was taking my son there. Then all of a sudden, I just started noticing when I was dropping him off, she had like this little attitude, like she didn't want to get up in the morning. Okay. It was dark kind of in there. He acting like he didn't want to go in. So I'm like, what is going on? You know? So I kind of just kept it going, trying to make sure he all right, you know. Well, my daughter was out of school one day, and she had it where if the sibling, you know, was under a certain age, they could come with them. So my daughter just so happened I took her to school with him. And I picked them up early because it was an early day for me. I said, well, I'll come pick them up early. Well, when I get there, my son is crying. But you know, as parents, we know our children's cries. That cry sounded different. So I'm looking like, well, what happened? I'm asking my daughter, what happened in there? Let's see. Healing Heart says, sorry, my oldest is 41. Baby is 19, almost 20. Not leaving my precious with anyone. Right. Oh, you're almost done. Okay, 19. Okay, I know that's right. And so my daughter, we went to a Walmart. Shout out to Healing Hearts for the super sticker. I appreciate that, Healing Hearts. God bless you. And thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. Thank you so much. And she said, oh, the lady, that lady in there, she had a stick and she was about to hit Micah. And I said, oh, wait, what? Excuse me, what? A stick? What kind of stick? So I'm just calling her because I'm trying to get clarification as to what happened. So I called and I asked her, I was like, I was just calling to see, you know, is everything okay? Because I heard that there was some type of stick or something that you had that, you know, Michael was getting into trouble. And so she was like, yeah, I keep this it's like a long ruler. And I said, oh, okay. I was just checking to see what was up. So I hung up, right? She calls back. This is how I knew she was guilty. She called back on the defensive. At this point, now she's gotten defensive. And she was like, look, I just want to say, if you don't want me to discipline Michael, you're going to have to find somewhere else for him to go. I said, wait a minute, for one, why are you coming at me with this energy? I was actually calling to find out what had happened because when I picked my son up, he was crying. And then my daughter says that there was some type of stick or something. So I'm trying to find out what's going on. So I've never said that I didn't want him to get consequences or anything like that. But if there's some type of punishment where it involves some type of ruler or a stick, I would have liked to approve something like that because I didn't know anything about that. And she was like, oh, okay, or something. And so after that, y'all, right after that, we got COVID. So he wasn't going back the next week anyways, right? And me and my husband, we talked and I said, I just have this uncomfortable feeling about all of this. I don't think he needs to go back. So she reaches out. She was like, I'm just trying to see if Micah is coming back because I need to know because somebody else could get that spot if he's not coming back. I said, he won't be back. He won't. And y'all, as time went on, that thought of what could have possibly been happening to my baby haunted me. That I did not know. I'm pretty sure some stuff that had went on. I even felt like when he was crying a lot, I think she made him stuff his mouth with something. And the reason that I say that is he had started doing that after. Like if he would start crying, he would, and I'm like, why is he putting, like he'll put like a piece of paper in his mouth. And I think she probably did that to my son. I think she made him do that when he would cry. Because some days she would text me and say, Micah's over here crying a lot. I think he got probably popped one time. He stopped up her toilet. She was mad about that one day. When I guess after he pooped and the toilet got stopped up. She never told me, but thinking back on things in hindsight, I don't know what all went on. I think when he would take his tablet, she was probably letting some of the other kids use his tablet and he couldn't have his own stuff. Those type of things started coming to me, and every time I thought about it, and then y'all, she was so concerned with who we were friends, like mutual friends with on Facebook. The reason is she didn't want it to be outed. That's the thing. She didn't want the people that she hung with or were around her didn't want to know the real truth, okay, of some things that were possibly taking place there in that facility, her house. And I think she was getting food stamps on top of getting paid from babysitting. Okay. They were on food stamps. Hey, Dreamy Girl. Hey, Brittany. Welcome. Thank you, ladies, for joining. Hi, Janet. Thank you so much for joining. So, y'all, people don't get away with stuff. That stuff gonna come back to her. That stuff is going to come back to her. Whatever she is doing to those kids, because my husband said when he would go and pick up our son, some of the other kids were trying to leave with him. They were trying to get up out of Dodge. They didn't want to be there. But see, people put on this persona when they're trying to get your business. Okay. When I went to check out the place and get more information, oh, it was nice. It was a nice classroom setting. She prepared things nice and clean. She was so friendly. Then you get the business, and I never saw that little table or setup no more. What happened to the setup? Okay, so pay attention to those details when you are allowing someone to take care of your children. Because I know that it gets hard sometimes trying to find someone, but there are certain things to look for. Actually, look at the license. I had to learn the hard way. And thank God, after I pulled him out of their temporary place he was able to go to, was one of my friends, close friends. She wasn't working, and she said, "Oh, you can, he can come here," because it was almost the summer at that point. And then we found the school he was going to over the summer. But that was like something temporary, that we could do after that. How old was he? He was probably, let's see. He was probably about 3. He was probably about 3 at that time. 3 or 4. Trying to think. Yeah, he was about 4. He was about 4, 3 or 4. And see, my son, we had to get him speech therapy. My son was it's like he had hearing. He had to get hearing tubes. Cause baby, when I tell y'all, he had to get the little hearing tubes. I was so nervous. I was like, oh Lord, he not talking the way he needs to talk. It took him a while. He was lazy. And come to find out, my husband, my mother-in-law told me he did the same thing. She carried him around. He getting bigger and bigger. It's like, when he gonna start walking? My daughter, she fast. She was quick on everything. Potty training, everything. And so, it was like certain things we just kind of was very particular about sending him to the big schools and stuff, till he caught up with certain things. Hi, Dr. J. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Hi, Robin. Good morning. So yes, y'all, prayers up for that mom that has to put her son down to rest. Those of you coming in late, we had just talked about the story with the little 2-year-old boy that was mauled to death by two Rottweilers while the babysitter was taking a nap, allegedly, because I feel like something's off with that story. Okay. I really hope that they look more into that. I just got that little feeling that something is up right there. Okay. Another story that many people have probably forgotten about or have not even heard about is the story about Darius Cosley. Okay. Now this is crazy here. This man, now the baby's mom had the baby, and I want to know more about her situation. Do y'all know after she had this baby, she left? She just left the baby with the dad, and she didn't want any parts of the baby. Like, she just moved. So he was a single father, okay? And every once in a while, Dr. J, no. Wait, you talking about in this case? Yes. Yes, they're possibly going to charge her. I know with negligence to a child, and I think it was manslaughter. What was it? Manslaughter? I think it was manslaughter, if I'm not mistaken. But they did arrest her. Yes, she has been arrested. But I think it's more to that story than what we're being told. I'm going to be honest. I just don't see, and he was the only child, y'all, there. She usually keeps like 10 children. I can only imagine what's going on with 10. Okay, if you couldn't even watch one. Like, you didn't have a child locked this. You mean to tell me, y'all, this is why I just, a 2-year-old. Now, they're very crafty. Okay, they're very crafty. I ain't gonna lie. But child, this little baby that got out the house into a whole yard, goes to a whole kennel, unlocks a whole kennel. Come on now, with some big dogs that look like they would have scared them anyway. I just feel like it's something more to that story. Exactly, Brittany. Or she should have had the baby by her. So if he moved or got up, she could have too. Child, what kind of deep sleep you went into? Okay, for 2 hours. No, I think it's more to the story. Hi, Tina. Good morning. So with Darius Cosley, y'all, you know how like sometimes they have these car seat giveaways, okay, when you're needing, diapers or car seats and so forth. So Darius takes his son, and his son was like a newborn, okay, like a few months old. And they go to this fire station that was giving away car seats, okay? Well, when this man goes in there, he has his diaper bag and everything. Okay, Honey 5K said she had the dogs out and the dogs mauled that baby. She wasn't asleep. There's no way she was negligent. Is that what you meant? You know what, sis? I'm gonna be honest. I think that's what happened. That's one of my thoughts. That she had these dogs roaming around, probably in the house. She was probably doing something, okay? And then the dogs got the baby. And then she just sent the dogs back outside, talking about the baby to unlocked, or either she went outside, the dogs running around, and then got the baby. And now she talking about she was in, like, lady, I just don't see that. Okay, miss me with all of that. I think more is to the story. Okay, you either left the baby there, went somewhere, came back, and who knows? But y'all, she didn't even call the mama. Okay, the mom had to come and find out because she saw police at the house. That's the only way. The police didn't even call his mother. That's not a way to find your child and find out that he has now gotten mauled by 2 dogs. Okay, that's sad. Them dogs had to be barking like crazy before they attack. Exactly, Amy. That's what I'm saying. If a 2-year-old walks up to a kennel, they're already going to be barking like crazy. So if you are that sleep, that would have probably scared the baby just from them barking, okay? But you in a sleep. You hear your dogs outside barking. That would have woke you up right then. Yeah, Brittany, I do too. That would have woke you up. What's the point of having dogs to be like security and you not gonna listen to them. That would have woke her up right there. Like, what? Why they barking like that? Because it takes time for them to walk from the door out to the kennel. So they would have been barking like crazy. That's a very good point. Janice said my grandbaby is 13 months and still will not walk. He stands and takes one step and sit down. Yes, that's what my son used to do. And he did it when I was at work one day too. I was like, man, I wanted to see when he took his first steps. And it finally happened. It finally happened. Did they give her a drug test? I'm just wondering. Hello? That's what they need to do. I don't know. But they need to. Because, girl, you're not in a nap sleep. That seemed like you were drunk, high something. If y'all see her picture, if y'all look at the video I did, you'll see a picture of her. She, child. And she was advertising on a Facebook group. Okay. She was advertising, trying to get clients out of this Facebook group. That's how she was able to get some of her clients. So I was like, child, bye. And so with Darius, he goes to this fire station and he has his diaper bag and everything. Y'all goes in there. They have camera footage of him going into the fire station. Why did they not have any footage of this man coming out? I said, now wait a second. You mean to tell me we are walking around here and nobody's talking about this? We have a whole man and his baby that have completely disappeared in a fire station. And nobody's talking about that. Like, we still not trying to look for him or his child. They have the diaper bag they found and his phone pinged inside of the diaper bag. Okay. So why is it not hashtag find Darius? Because I need them to find this man. What happened to the man? He goes into this place, but no footage showing him coming out with his child. And nobody is really talking about it. And I'm like, that is crazy. Y'all, my mind was blown. Shout out to Healing Hearts for the super sticker. I appreciate that. And thank you for being a sponsor for today's live, Healing Hearts. Hey, Jasmine girl. Yes, girl, it is recent out of Detroit. I'm like, why are we not talking about this? So I'm gonna get some info and share it, y'all, in a video about this, because and you know what? I heard about it probably a month ago, and I kind of, you know how it's been so much going on, you kind of forget. But then I was going through videos yesterday and saw a TikTok video about it. I said, yo, whatever happened to that man? Y'all, they still have not found that man. How did he go into this place and never came out? So there's been speculation that there's a tunnel that they're trying to get babies and sell them on the black market. All kind of little theories and stuff. But they need to tear that place apart until you find this man. This is a whole black man walking around into a place, trying to go and get a car seat. Y'all can look it up. And he never came out. They have no footage of him leaving. But nobody's talking about this. And I said, that don't sit well with me. Okay. They must have a secret. That's what they were saying. That's what they were saying. So I don't know. It was a fire station. They were giving away car seats. You know how like they have like these car seat giveaways, or people need diapers and stuff like that. It was one of those type of events. And never came out. So I'm going to do a video on it, y'all, because some people don't know or really paid attention to this story. But that's scary, okay? And they need to do something about that, because you have a whole man and his child missing, just disappeared out of nowhere. I just couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. And a fire station at that. Like, that's mad weird to me. And then he leaves his phone and diaper bag. And the phone, for one, because y'all know we attach to phones. And then where's that mom, too? Because the mom just left. I don't know who. I mean, I want to know what prompted her. She had just given birth to a baby and just left the baby, y'all. She left the baby with the daddy. She moved. They said she didn't want no parts of the baby. No, yeah, the baby is missing too, Jasmine. The mom moved. After she had the baby, they said she left. So she didn't want the child. I don't know if she was going through postpartum depression or what. But I want to look more into that part. Like, why did the mom leave? That's crazy. And now you have the dad and the baby missing. Brittany said, "Write me either. Open book this story of the men disappearing and never came out and a child." Right. This was in Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. Detroit. I don't know what city. That's why I said today I'm gonna do a video so I can give y'all all of the complete details of it. But it was a story that was on my heart to bring up, at least this morning. Darius Costley. So if y'all look that up too. Yeah, I'm just like, this is sad. I just cannot believe it, y'all. It's so many things we're missing and so much that's taking place. Speaking of taking place, I don't know if y'all heard of the little girl that this just took place recently too. Was staying with I think even Keys had did a video about it, staying with a family member, and the little girl, I guess, was playing outside, and some boys, they were acting like, they were being nice to her. She went off with them. These were young little boys, like 8, 9, 10 years old, somewhere up in there. And they took her, lured her down to like this field area and did some inappropriate things to her. They were punching her, beating her up, pulled some hair, and trigger warning, pulled some of her hair from her scalp. They were proceeded to grape, y'all know what word I'm saying, her, putting sticks down her throat, private areas, while the family member was looking for her. The little boys left her there. They had even tried to strangle her. They left her there. And so allegedly, she's asking around, had they seen her niece or family member? And they pretended like at first they hadn't. Well, one of the moms, the little boy, I guess, confessed to his mom that she's down at a field. They can go show where she is. So they all go to this field and found this baby there. And thank the Lord she wasn't, unalived. But the baby, they said, is having a very hard time. She's traumatized, and I can only imagine. And she was young. She was only 5 and having to suffer something. Y'all know what movie it made me when I was, it gives me chills. When I was reading that story, oh my gosh, it made me think about the movie A Time to Kill. That baby. And her having to go through something so traumatic at such a young age. For those boys at that age to do something that severe makes me wonder, what are they seeing? What 8, 9, 10-year-olds would take a 5-year-old? I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even think 8, 9, 10-year-olds could even do something with their little wee-wees. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I never, you don't think about this. I don't think about that. When I heard this story, I was like, I didn't even think you playing a hide and go seek, hide and go get, stuff like that, when you be thinking you're hunching, doing little stuff. You heard little kids trying to do stuff like that. But to take it to this level, what in the world? Okay. Brittany said, I remember that story, that 5-year-old will never be the same. Exactly. They all need to be locked up. But see, that's the thing. The mom is fighting for justice because no one has been arrested. Okay, they're young. So I don't know if it would be jail, but some type of juvenile detention center or something. Amy said, while people really are on demon time. Yes, that's what I'm saying. They're really on demon time. Is always around this time of year, Halloween season, that a lot of people go missing. Yes. And y'all pay attention to your kids' attitudes too. Is during this time, even in the school system, when I used to work in the schools, baby, October, these kids act like they done lost their minds. Okay. Even my kids sometimes. I'm like, what is going on? Like this October thing is no joke. Okay, it's all kind of demonic stuff taking place in October for sure. It's already every other month, but baby, it's really on demon time. And this this when all the spells and witches this their celebratory time. They own it. Okay, this reminds me of the Australian lady with her newborn. The dingo was the one that took that baby. Wait, the who took that baby? Brittany, the little boys are so young. Something must have happened to those boys. Yes, Brittany, that's what I was thinking. For them to think to do things, you done pull this baby. Y'all, and I'll show a picture of her too. Y'all, I mean, to pull this baby's hair, she's so cute. Had a cute little braid hairstyle. I mean, that's torture. Okay? That is torture. They were just doing the most with this baby. Punching, pulling, stomping, getting branches. They have had to see something for it to be at this level. I can't wrap my mind around it. Right, Jasmine? We weren't even thinking about that at that age. Good morning, Latte. Thank you for joining, sis. Hey, Royal D is in the building. Thank you so much for joining, sis. Y'all, D had a live out of this world on yesterday. Oh my gosh. You're right, OB. The veil is very thin. Right. Jasmine said, I have a 7-year-old niece. I watch her like a hawk. When she is with me, I don't play. I also look out for other people's kids when I'm outside on my way to work. Exactly. I do too. And see, wild Australian dog. Oh, really? Okay, Healing Hearts. See, I didn't know about that. Y'all, people get on me, but hey, I'm like that helicopter mom. I'm telling y'all, and I don't regret it. I'm trying to, kind of relax more when we go places and let them have a little more independence. But y'all, nowadays, it's hard. I'm gonna be honest, to just take your eyes off, just be like your parents used to say, you can go outside and play. Baby, please. Okay, you better be out there with them. Because it's not the same like it used to be, where you can go play jump rope with your friends down the street. Y'all riding the bicycles. Child, you learn to sin. We got kids being kidnapped, getting caught on Ring camera footage, attempted kidnappings, people selling. I mean, it's all kind of stuff taking place right now. Good morning, Catherine. Welcome. She said, I am just dropping down to show support. I have to go. I will catch your next slide. Okay, thank you, Catherine. I appreciate that. Brittany said, this story broke my heart about the 5-year-old. I almost cried. Yes. Okay. I'm telling you. Yeah, we used to could go out, baby. Nowadays, you can't do that. So this little girl, her family is reaching out and trying to seek justice for her daughter. Because it's just her daughter is having a hard time, and which is, hey, is understandable. That stuff can give you nightmares. You're traumatized. She's probably in shock. 3 boys at that, and at such a young age. So I just pray God covers that baby's mind, and helps her through this trauma. That's horrific. And they need to send those boys somewhere. I'm sorry. They may not be old enough to go to a prison or a jail, but they need to go somewhere. I know that much. I still was watching Barney at that age. I love you. You love me. Girl, what happened to Barney and those little songs? We knew all of those songs. Okay, let's see. Janice said, doesn't matter, justice is needed. Right. Jasmine said you have to put them in organized activities like cheer, dance, etc., and go with them. But I remember playing outside by myself with kids I didn't even know. Yeah, it was fun back then. 1, 2, 3, red light, kickball. Okay, little Sally Walker. Like we would just make up stuff. These kids don't even have imaginations with where they could just go outside and play. Like most of them need phones, iPads, video games. Like we made up stuff. Okay. 1, 2, 3, you it. Chasing each other. You go find stuff outside. Let's play house. Like they don't even do that anymore. Yeah, we just going girl, we're just going out, just let me go get this tablet. Let me go on in your room. Now that's all they have. And there's so much demonic stuff on the tablets in these songs, the TV shows, cartoons not the same. Everything gotta be just so deep and dark. It's crazy, y'all. It's a different world. Yeah, they have juvenile detention centers. Yes. Yes. Girl. Baby, D, if y'all haven't seen D's live from yesterday, y'all, I can only stay on there 3 hours. D took that live was my whole work day. Okay, that live was my whole work day. Shout out to Latte for the floating heart. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate that. And for you being a sponsor for today's live. They need to bring back the Scared Straight program or boot camp for those little boys. Exactly. Yes, exactly. Hey, Daily Sis with Jazzy J. Hey, sis. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Yep, I finished my work day too on that line. But wait, I wanted to stay on, but baby, the kids started coming up in there. I was like, oh shoot. I wanted to stay on there. It was like a lot, Lord. Right, charge them and send them to juvenile detention centers and give them rehabilitation because chances are they will do it again because they got away with it. Yes, exactly. I do 205K. Right. I agree with that. They have something has to be done in this situation. Something has to be done. Okay. But yes, so y'all really wanted Auntie bad. Who's Auntie Latte? I was trying to make sure I didn't miss something. Okay, so y'all, speaking of D's live, y'all, Q came on D's live. What's so funny? Oh, Q really wanted Auntie bad. Oh, girl. Okay. Wait, let's say, did you clock that? Okay. Oh my God. Girl, he trying to flirt with that auntie. Okay. Now, y'all, what's so funny about D's live? I was on D's live. I had to step off for a second and I was doing something. I came back and I looked, I said, wait a minute. Is that cute on, is this, at first, D, what I thought you were showing somebody's live. And so the more I looked, I said, well, D's picture, your emoji is right here on the left. I said, wait, and I typed into the chat. I said, is Q is Q on D's panel? Because the last time I remember, D said Q ain't coming up on her panel. And so I said, this is real? And so Brittany or somebody told me, yes. I said, he's really up there on D's panel. So, y'all, Q was on D's panel yesterday. Honey 5K said she was getting stressed out. Daily Sim said, Miss D Live was so good yesterday, I couldn't stop watching. Girl, and the only reason I did, I had to. Let's say said I did too because I was just listening and not looking at the screen. Okay. Good. That's what I was doing. Because I was trying to work. So I was listening, excuse me, but I didn't realize that he was actually on the panel. So I was like, well, let me, baby, our work went away. Okay. I was like, I just was not productive at all yesterday. And so until the kids came, I didn't have a choice at that point. Now, Oh, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna say this. With Q, yes, Royal D, she's right above your comment. I did it for my people, love them, and I wanted some of them to come up and ask questions. Okay. D, wait, I told D, I was up there asking some questions and stuff, but y'all, it's hard for me. I can't like be on a panel with a lot of people because I can't talk over people, and I don't want anyone talking over me. So I said, look, I'll just talk from my own channel. I was like, baby, we'll get some more stuff out on my own channel. I'll ask what I can ask up here because everybody just wanted to ask him questions and everything. And I got it. I understood. So I was like, let me just, and I thank you, D, for letting me come up and at least asking the questions that I was able to get out. But y'all, so with Q, okay, let me say this. And I was telling D this last night. I don't think he's telling a complete lie about everything. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Some stuff, and I was trying to get that out of him. I know, we're used to saying, you lying, this boy lying, he mentally ill, he this, he that. But y'all, with people like that, if you let them do most of the talking, just let them get it out. See, that was my thing. I was hoping that people just let them get some stuff out. Now we'll work through the lies. We're gonna catch them up. Cause see, yesterday we were catching them up. And people start over talking them and all this stuff. See, you gotta let him talk. Cause see, he was getting some stuff out, okay, that we hadn't heard before. I don't know if y'all were peeping it. Okay, y'all better clock it. We were getting more stuff. So you gotta know good cop, bad cop. You gotta know how to play little psychological stuff. Like you gotta let them think you're on their side. Okay, I know, y'all know we know him. But you gotta know when to be quiet. Okay, and let him get some stuff out. Now, yesterday, y'all, he was almost about to tell about this whole operation. Okay, we've been peeping that this is bigger than what we thought, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. This stuff is deeper. It is bigger than what we thought. It is not just a random thing. This was played out, well planned. Okay, and I think they got sloppy though because it didn't go quite as they thought it would originally in their plans. Okay. Let's see. Amy said, you noticed that when Q dropped, motorcycle dude tried to come on just like he did on Key's show. Now, I didn't see that part until someone brought that up. I didn't even know the motorcycle guy tried to come on. That's the part I did miss. So, yep, peep it. I was very productive, but Lord, I almost busted out laughing and some people while talking to the customer. Okay. Oh, some people were mean to me in the chat. Really, D? Because, girl, the time I was in there, if I saw anything, I was blocking. Okay, D said, I agree with you. OB, update, looking like a goofy. Who is, what are you trying to say? Up there? Latte, yes, I was looking for you to make you a mod. D said, I'm a nice person. OB would tell you, yes, she loves to have fun. She is nice. So D was very, accommodating, letting people come up and stuff like that yesterday. So I appreciate that. And so, y'all, with him, he was telling off on some stuff, right? I don't think that everything he's saying is a lie. I'm going to be honest. Okay. I do think that he is being given some information. I believe that there is another video. Now, y'all, Keys even said that last night. Okay, now, a lot of people, y'all listen to Keys. Everybody listens to Keys. So if Keys saying it too, okay, I've been telling y'all too. I think that there is something else out there. I know some people were in the chat saying there's no other video. I believe there is another video. However, I believe that there are some people that are higher up in this little organization, I'm going to call it that is sending him information. Now, whether what they're sending is made up, I don't know. Okay. I think that they have sent it to him. He was also, y'all listen closely, I believe there are some past cops or crooked cops working with them on this. This is why I say this stuff is getting deep. Remember how we said at that crime scene, Carlos looked like he was running stuff. Okay? We don't know what connections this man has to any of these past cops or crooked cops, road cops out here operating in Chicago. Okay? And one of the panelists was up there and was getting to that part. And he was like she said, yeah, okay, without saying it, okay, if you read between the lines. And I think that before they try to release this video, I think that they're trying to see if this stuff is going to die down. Is the conversation about to die down when we, just not talk about it before they put it out there? Because he also mentioned, I don't know if y'all caught it, he said, do y'all know her family? The Blackmans. He said, y'all must don't know the Blackmans, her people. And I'm like, I don't know. Who is that? If y'all from Chicago, if y'all know some people that sent some stuff in Chicago from the Blackmans, this sound like a dynasty. What kind of dynasty? Y'all, we done slipped. This sound like a whole dynasty. Y'all remember that show back from in the day? What kind of stuff they got going on? Now, I believe that there is some stuff Carlos is involved in. I believe Ramika knew what he was involved with. Now, Holly, her ditzy tail, don't know what she done slipped into. Okay? They just used her. She didn't know what she was getting into. I truly think she didn't know. They knew that girl she was a little slow. Okay? The auntie gave Q the business, right? Sure did. That slow lady had me on the floor, D trying to block her. Wait, when that lady came up, y'all, I already knew her voice. See, she came up as Now and Later the last time. This time she came up as Just Nice. Girl, just because you change your name, we know that voice. Okay, so stop trying to come up there. Oh my God, what the heck was wrong with her? I think it is another video because it was other people there who had cell phones, but they are probably scared to. Yep, I think so too. Yes, people was over talking one another because it's hard to hear everyone out when everyone is talking. Right. Hey, Mel's reaction is in the building. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate that. I hope all is well. Latae said that lady that came up there licking out her tongue, man, I was crying laughing. She wanted her some chocolate. I missed that too, Latae. Girl, what? Yes, let him talk. Yeah. What kind of dynasty stuff we got going on? I'm telling you, Amy, hey, that's why I wanted him to talk. If he ever come to my panel, I'm going to be like, y'all, look, hold up. We're going to let him get it out. Okay? Because I'm going to be taking notes. Some of the stuff is real. Okay? He just got some lies mixed up in there. We going to decipher through it. But everybody, then I let y'all be putting y'all questions or asking some questions. But y'all, we got it. Let's hear him out. He the only one out here we got that's out here telling stuff, unfortunately. But we trying to get some stuff. Because there's more to this. Okay? It's more to the story. D said, today I'm going to not let that happen. Okay. Latae said, I caught that comment when you said, no, it's not your channel. Girl, yes, no offense to the lady. Okay, this the second time it's happened with me, though. Okay. My thing is, girl, this not your channel. You're not the host. You're over talking everybody, but then she want to make her disclaimer. Okay, before I say it, don't nobody over talk me. You don't get that same respect because you over talking everybody. Okay, so I just couldn't resist. She was getting on my nerves. I told D, I said, look, let me tell on myself. If you didn't see it, I did say it to her. Ma'am, this is not your channel. Okay, you can't come up on people's panel up here over talking to everybody. Then your phone going out, you hopping down, you're coming back up. Girl, pick something. Get off the phone if you gotta do all of that. But you can't come up here over talking everybody. Everybody has questions. Okay, everybody has their thoughts. We grilling the man. We don't want to talk to the man, but everybody grilling him. everybody talking about him. Okay. But then everybody got something to say to him, asking him questions. We trying to find out too. So but I think Dee did awesome because my nerves were shot, and I was from the chat with all the people, all the questions, everybody talking. She trying to get order in the court. Dee said, hey, D up there got D hollering on her own panel, trying to get some order. Reminded me of the teachers in the classroom when you got a loud classroom. You hear that teacher next door, they can't get no order. The next thing they doing, they hollering. That ain't gonna help. Now you loud, they loud. Okay. Let's see. Let's say said I really do believe that it doesn't show a delay on other people's side until it's too late. Yeah, it could be a delay too. D held it down though. She wasn't having no BS, right? People was giving me coffees. Praise the Lord. D wasn't playing with them yesterday. Right. So yeah, y'all, he was pretty much, and y'all, I was at home on one part of my lunch when I was listening. Did y'all hear how he said Carlos was pretty much it's the way he said it. He was okay with what he was doing, but it was something like I had caught it where he is trying not to say Carlos is sending him stuff or talking to him, but he let it slip that yes, he's good with this. Okay, pretty much okay with him doing this. And I feel that yes, he is okay with him doing this, putting out whatever he wants to because it's making Ramika look a certain type of way. Like I was trying to ask him yesterday, I don't know if y'all caught this. He said that, excuse me, Ramika was allegedly contacting Carlos and Holly from different text now numbers the night before. Okay. Now, first of all, how do y'all know that was Ramika? Because all of y'all stay playing games. Okay. I asked him, well, were they two sending messages to her? Okay. Because it's not going to be, you can't make me believe that was a one-sided thing if she was doing that. Okay. Good morning, Deanna. Welcome. You cannot make me believe Ramika would be sending all these messages and they not respond. Now, y'all remember when we were listening to Mara, excuse me, she said when she was doing this channeling of Ramika was telling her that they had been playing on her phone from different numbers, calling, singing, saying, I'm going to get you, breathing hard into the phone. Do y'all remember that? So when he said that, it made me think about this. Okay, so if she was doing it, they were doing it too. That you can't even believe they didn't. Okay, I'm pretty sure they were texting her back different messages too. And I believe the conversations got different. That, now that they had the restraining order, that they were saying different things, okay, to also get a reaction and for her to say different things. The auntie said he was lying when she came on Royal D's panel. Yeah, but he wasn't lying about some of the stuff because she even admitted that he wasn't lying about some of the stuff. Latte said, I didn't understand if Ramika is a pull-up person. She would have done that night when they were allegedly doing the text messages. Hello? Thank you. Yes, Jasmine. Right. Okay. Brittany, what do you mean? From Q, what he said yesterday. Oh, yeah, Amy, I missed when Keys came up there too. All of that happened after I got off, child. I was like, what? But yeah, it was his birthday yesterday. And he shared some pictures on his Facebook too. And so I don't believe that, Mara, Brittany, that was on a video that I showed one night. And I don't believe that they were not saying anything back. Now, what I do believe after that, if Ramika was texting certain mean things or saying certain things, now they have the text messages. I believe at the scene, there were certain things if she did say, let's just say allegedly, let's say that if she was saying your baby dumb, or I'm gonna slap your baby if I see your baby, blah 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 blah, just saying stuff, right? We're going back and forth. Excuse me. Now, they have the text messages. When they got there, okay, and Q, I also got this out of him too. They knew that there could possibly be a fight, that there was a pre-planned fight, and that people show up to record. Okay, that part I believe. Because how all of these people, we've only seen viral videos of the aftermath. But they kept saying, oh, it's other videos out there. And I said, well, either Holly was recording, or Carlos was recording, or other people knew these girls may be about to fight today. Y'all come get some footage. Kids do that nowadays. Middle school, high schoolers, they plan fights, and they have whole groups where they share these recordings and so forth. Okay. So when they got there, based off the text messages, they then had to make this scene match, in my opinion on this, what was in the text messages. Okay, because when they took all of that down to the police station, they probably, because remember, Q said that they showed text messages to the police and videos. If she was saying this and they could make it look like she was trying to get to the baby, bam, they had proof right there. And she had the restraining order and the license to carry. They could have put all of that together. Okay. That's not to say that Ramika was really trying to go for the baby. Now, another question I wanted to ask him, he kept saying she was trying to go and hit on the back window. How do we know it was for the baby? How do we know it wasn't something else in there, or something that was being said, which is why I asked him, was there audio on those recordings? Because I want to hear what was being said. Okay. People like to get the reaction, but what is being told to her in this moment? What is being said? Was something else said in there that, oh, this is in there, or this is in there? We don't know. Okay. We don't know. We're seeing actions, but what was being said? I would like to hear that part. Let's see. Deanna said, I believe some stuff he says is true, and most lies we have to piece it together. Right. Some of it is true. Okay. I'm not going to say everything he's saying is a lie. Some of the stuff is true. Holly had the same clothes on for 4 days. I know she was the one playing on. Oh, girl, yeah. And her stanky tail. Girl, she wrong for that. Wearing the same outfit. Girl, while you out here worrying about another female, you should have told him to take you to the nearest Walmart, Target, wherever, City Trends. Go get you something to put on. Okay, if you didn't have enough clothes. And then you appear surprising him for the family reunion that time. You doing all the traveling. Notice that. She's surprising him coming to his family reunion that she didn't get invited to. And she down here probably traveling that weekend. Girl, you doing all the traveling. Did he ever come up there where you stay? Okay. Let's see here. Hey, Tabani, welcome. Thank you for joining. Hi, Karen. Hi, Shanabi. Thank you, ladies, for joining. Okay, girl, probably out there stinking. You worry about the wrong stuff. Okay. So then I believe that was put into play to look a certain type of way. So they had their footage. They had the actions on the video, the text messages, and probably showed them all of that, because they're going to make it look like they wanted to look when they go tell the police. Okay. Notice there were not a lot of witnesses that went and shared statements. Okay. So they can give, it's their word. That's what I said in the beginning. It's really Carlos and Holly's word against who? Ramika is not here to tell her side of the story, unfortunately. My question is, why wouldn't Ramika see them out there while she was dropping Lil Los off? If they was out there the whole time, according to Q, where the school is a little further down the road and there are some trees there in the median. And so she probably could not see across the street until she drove up close to the light. And then she made the U-turn. But we don't know. We still, everything's speculation on this part as far as why Ramika pulled over. Okay, we don't know if she was really blocked. Someone flagged her down. They told her to come over here so we can beat your tail. Or she just saw Holly putting the baby in the car and saw her in the out. All of that speculation. There's no definite proof as to why she actually pulled over. Okay. That was messed up. They knew this was going to happen. Right. She crashes yes, Karen. He has shared on his Facebook page, this is before he deactivated it, some pictures saying cars, because he called his son the baby Cars. Cars and Holly surprised me at the family reunion. So she didn't get an invitation. She just popping up. Baby, she was probably trying to see if Romika was there. I'm telling y'all, that family reunion when she surprised him and popped up, 10 times to 1, she wanted to come there because she thought Ramika was probably going to be there. I bet that's why she surprised him. Jasmine said, imagine having a new baby, but your main concern is chasing a deadbeat man and another woman who ain't thinking about you. Right. My main concern would be my baby only. Poor Ramika. Yes. I was under the impression Ramika drove back the same way she came. Well, she had to make a U-turn though. So when they made the U-turn, their cars were positioned on the right-hand side. So Holly was parked there. His truck was pretty much double parked. And at some point when the video was taken, there was another car next to Carlos's truck. We don't know whose car that was. Okay. So we don't know if she was pretty much blocked in and then she got out and so forth. Also, he was saying that Carlos was trying to get Ramika into her car at first on the passenger side. So I was then confused as to how did it move from her car to then Holly's car. They're trying to put her into Holly's car. And then y'all, another thing, the windows. Remember people were saying, oh, Holly's windows were all down and da 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 da. So I asked him because I had questions. I'm like, the baby was there? You mean to tell me the windows was down all of this time? We haven't heard a baby crying, nothing like that. He said the car was running with the air on, I guess. What? Now wait. So now we done went from the windows were all down to now the car was running. It's so exhausting. I'm telling y'all. It's so exhausting trying to figure out what part he gonna lie about. Okay. Let's see. Tabany said Ramika later dropped off Little Los and she was trying to go to work, allegedly. Yeah. So that part is still, shaky about the whole window situation. I still did not get a good visual of what happened. I like to for a person to walk me through it so I can visualize it in the moment, right? It's still a lot missing. So everybody was trying to get him to put out the video. If you keep saying there's a video, and he's like, well, they don't want me to put it out. And everybody's like, well, who is they? Because both sides will want you to put it out. If it's going to clear Holly, put it out. Her people don't have a problem with that. Okay. If it's Ramika, well, people still want to see what led up to that moment. Okay. So then he was like, no, I don't know what y'all don't know what it really is. Like he's covering something. Okay. He's saying the video came from an unknown source, but he's still talking about the police sent it. Well, it could have been from a police, though, maybe a past police or someone that's rogue right now. Okay. And that they're controlling, because I started thinking to myself, who's the real puppet master in this? We were thinking Carlos, but I don't even think it's Carlos. He was even saying politics involved in this. Okay, like y'all got to pull out some deep stuff that he was bringing up yesterday. This thing is deeper than what we've been thinking. And it wasn't isolated. Like he even said it too. This wasn't something they have been planning this. On the Mara, I keep referring, I went back and listened to it again yesterday. She said, Ramika was saying, they're all involved in this. Who is they are all involved in this that was putting this together? At the gym, Keys was even saying last night, there are some cops that even work out at that gym. Okay, so it's deeper things, more things at play with this. Let's see. They are watching all these platforms trying to react into the questions and making up the narrative based on that. Well, yeah, they're listening to see what we know and what we're figuring out. I do believe that. Um, I think they're waiting to see if everyone's going to be quiet because I don't think the video is going to completely clear Holly either. And they know we're not dumb. We're going to look at all of that, regardless of whether Ramika was trying to fight, all of that. Look, she was still unarmed at the end of the day. Okay? If Holly is scary and can't fight, that's on her. Girl, you shouldn't have been talking so much smack. Okay? So all of that, y'all not ready to see Ramika in this light. Y'all already been trying to put her in a certain light by putting out the other videos. So what is it with this particular video? And I see he has a new YouTube channel. So I guess he's going to try to release it on his YouTube channel because that's what everyone was trying to tell him yesterday. D said, and that lady came up on my panel, got me a copyright yesterday for that music. See? And they be trying everything. Can you invite him on your show because Key's show is too loud and too many interruptions? You should, I'm open to it. He's welcome to come. I don't know how to invite him or whatever, but he's welcome to come. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I'm going to just let him talk. Okay? And then I'm going to ask questions because I'm going to be taking notes. Like, it's going to really be, y'all know, I'm not going to play with it. But I'm saying that to say, I'm not going to ignore y'all's questions and stuff because a lot of the questions y'all have, I have too. But people like that, let them talk because they will get out the truth, and you got to decipher though through some lies. But it was some other stuff coming out that confirmed what we've been thinking on some stuff, to be honest. So I don't have a problem. I know he a liar. Look, I do him like I do the kids at school. Baby, I'm good at getting the truth out of you. That's why I put in the chat yesterday. I said, pretty soon we're going to win you over. You going to be telling us everything. Oh my goodness. Because I'm telling y'all, the more he get on these panels, people going to grow to kind of like him. Not like what he doing, okay? But talking about him laughing. Oh my goodness. They are still trying to make an AI video to fit their narrative right. Okay. Oh man. That would be good. That Mara video makes sense. Right. Exactly. Carlos got some help. That's why yes, exactly. And he in hiding right now. Yeah. See, Q, he playing a dangerous game. I'm going to be honest. This dude is playing it. I don't know if he realizes, sir. Either my thing is don't announce when you're gonna do something. If you're gonna do it, you better just do it. Okay? But he is also playing a dangerous game. I don't know if he really sees how dangerous of a game he's playing. Okay? But he's the weakest link in Holly. I'm just putting that out there. They are watching his moves. When he got the auntie yesterday to shut up Quadre. Yeah, that auntie, she comes up there too on the panel at a certain time. If y'all notice, she'll come up. The motorcycle guy will try to come up. Certain people will come up on these panels when certain things are being discussed. Holly nasty, she don't take baths. Okay. Oh, hey, Q. Look, Q, he said he here. Now, see, you got me on a date. I'm not even on my StreamYard. I would love to ask some questions because I didn't get a chance to ask all my questions yesterday, Q. We might have to do it on a Friday if you're available when I can be on StreamYard and really take my notes. Because I believe some of the stuff you're saying. I'm going to be honest. But you playing a dangerous game. If you're going to do it, do it. Okay, believe me, if you do it, the video will get shared. I remember yesterday you were talking about you don't know if you're going to get your views and stuff like that. The word, believe me, will get out. And it's gonna be shared. But it should just be about that. Let it be about the truth being out. That's my whole thing. Okay. I didn't see him. Y'all, I'm behind in the chat. He don't need no invite. All you have to do is listen to the people that said they do. I'm telling you, he be playing people. I subscribed to his channel. I subscribed yesterday. Hey, I told you I'm following all angles. I'm looking into this. We invested now. Okay. But I can say yesterday, he didn't get too disrespectful. Now, Q, when people are putting you under the fire, though, we can sense when that attitude changes. Maybe he start getting defensive right there. And they know he's weak. That's why they using him. Yes, he is. Just do it. Yeah, he's interfering with an open. And well, he said allegedly that the police already have the video that he has. Because that was a question we asked. Jasmine said we are a nicer group of people. Oh my God, Jasmine, silly. Open book when, okay. Her auntie, yes. I got some stuff I'll release on your panel about somebody else close to them. Okay, got you. Okay. I don't believe she don't bathe. She just had a baby. Being a first time mother is hard work. It is. But why Key said she had the same outfit on for 3 days. Okay. He should have took her if he got all this money and stuff. He should have took her to the nearest store. I know y'all got a Walmart, Target, something there. Okay, well, she could have went and got some new clothes. It's up here, Realty. Wait, Q, did you change the name? Hold up. No, Realty TV. Oh, those names are close. Hold up, because I saw y'all both in Key's chat, and I kept getting confused. Okay, keeping it real, because I'm not on my StreamYard. I don't know if Latte, if you could get the link and put it in the chat, because I'm on my cell phone. That's Q's channel. The Keeping It Real TV. Now, Realty TV is a different channel. Okay, I was getting confused. Her baby is 5 or 6 months. That's no excuse. Everybody that have kids was a first-time mom at some point. Exactly. Hey, I'm chosen. Shout out to I'm chosen. And thank you for the, what is it, latte? Thank you for the latte this morning. Okay. And for being a sponsor for today's live. All the reasons she should be bathing. Thank you, Latte, for being a member for 9 months. Yes, ma'am. I am watching my time today. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate that. Realty TV said maybe they were in the crib doing the nasty shit. She didn't need no clothes. Y'all silly. Oh my goodness. Okay. Janet. Okay, I'm going live or am I okay. Keeping it real TV. Got you. I'm subscribed because hey, I'm looking at everything. We invested. We want the truth. I'm about getting down to the truth. Let me tell y'all. This was another part of what I was going to say. Thank you, Jenna, for the floating hearts. Okay, I appreciate that, sis. Thank you so much for being a sponsor for today's live. Y'all, some stuff is, and I just want to say this. We just got to be careful in all of the stories that we cover. We want to make sure we have evidence because a lot of stuff can be speculation or opinions, okay? Commentary, that's what we do, right? So notice if I say something and I don't know for sure, I say allegedly or possibly or something like that in my opinion. If I don't have like definite proof to show y'all, I'm not trying to put it out as proof. I feel like some stuff is games, okay? To get clicks, likes, and views, and we just saying whatever and making it look like fact. I'm just putting it out there, okay? Be just careful of the stuff that you take as fact if you have not seen it. Like someone was saying, Ramika didn't have a brother. And I was like, well, didn't we hear that she had a brother? And I think, was it Tabany in here? Who was it? It was either Tabany or someone that went to look at the obituary. and was because we can't just be saying stuff, like it's already a lot of confusion surrounding this. So we need at this point facts. Okay. So that's why I was saying, Q, look, at this point, now that's one thing here at the open book. We're trying to stick with the facts. Okay. I know it's a lot of stuff that we done thought through, and a lot of the stuff we probably own it. It will be confirmation. We got the smart crew over here. We're not playing no games. Okay. And hey, I'm not saying other channels not, but what I'm saying, because most of y'all go to the other channels. What I'm saying is we're just not trying to play games at this point. Like we were saying on Dee's panel yesterday, it's about Ramika. A life has been lost. Okay. So what we want is the truth, regardless of how you feel. Oh, y'all don't want to see Ramika like this or anything like that. Well, y'all have already put out videos that make her look a certain type of way, which is sad that had to come out, So at this point, we want justice and for the truth to come out. That's it, and that's all. All the name calling and stuff like that, I don't do all of that. Y'all know I love to have fun and stuff, and we goofy in the chats. But when it comes to serious business like that, I'm ready. Okay. Will Holly act like she got it all together and she's too good to do this or that? Or she is not good to bathe. She needs a caregiver. Girl. Okay. Hey, Amanda. Do you mind sharing the name of the guy who does the Ramika Meeks lives? Oh, Keys News Network. Thank you, Real TTV. Okay, Jasmine. He said he would. Yeah. Probably tomorrow, so I can really chill, like tomorrow evening or something. Deanna said, facts open book. Some content creators are making a mockery of this real life situation that has affected so many people. Right. This her family has to see this stuff too, y'all. And her son and things like that. When I've listened to a lot of these videos, not talking about the ones covering the story or whatever, but someone like, although I don't believe in all that tarot reader and stuff like that one with Mara really stands out to me. And the hurt behind she's not going to be here for her son, the pain that her son is feeling, that he still wonder why mommy didn't pick me up that day. His mother never got a chance to pick him up. He never got a chance to see her. The last thing that he saw was this letter that she left. That's it. That's what he has the rest of his life. Videos, memories. That's the thing that they didn't think about on this day, is how would it affect the children? How would it affect her mother? It's sad. That hurt right into my heart. I know is 100 times worse for them, because that's very hard to lose a parent. I've been there. Okay. I may not have lost my mom like that, but the loss, nevertheless, he has to go down that journey and that path. And so now we've just been wanting justice for this mother. Okay. Not saying that everything that she did was right. We're not saying that, but we do want the truth of what took place that day. Let's see. Okay. D said, yes, you do have a brother, right? Yeah, okay, keeping it real TV said, but Ramika definitely got, thank you, because people started saying, I was like, where y'all getting that from? Like, it's too much. Okay, we gotta keep it on facts. I know we give our opinion on the story, of course, but like stuff that can be proven, let's just prove it. Okay. Like less stuff out here that's just, oh Lord, it was getting on my nerves. Okay, it was Tably. Okay, that's who went and looked. Right. Has the autopsy come back yet? Hey, Kimberly, welcome. Yes, rest in peace. Schedule a time and date, Q. Let's work it out, please. I think this is a safer space and we can have a civilized convo. Honestly, they had no time to think. Los is truly lost. Wasn't even himself yesterday. Yeah, I can believe that. I think the after effect of it is probably sunk in and she's gone. Okay, she did confirm it yesterday. Yeah, all the families are going to be affected, right? I lost both my parents. Dad was murdered. Oh, wow. And mom to cancer. That little boy is never going to be okay, right? That's sad. The loss is hard. I lost my father to murder at the age of 5. Wow. My condolences to y'all. Okay, D. Okay, so is the autopsy back? That was one of the questions. Do they know? That's what out because we haven't heard of an official autopsy. I don't even know of an official grand jury that has been convened. Uh, Now, the only way that information would get out is if someone was subpoenaed or whatever, and they leaked that information. That information is not public. There are no public. Let me say this: there are no public records of a grand jury. Anything we're hearing about a grand jury is coming through people. Okay. Now, when it will be official is when after they come up, if they're going to charge her and the prosecution come out and give the charging statement or whatever that statement is that they come out and make in regards to this case. Okay. Now, if people are being subpoenaed and they have to go and talk to the grand jury and they're telling people that they've done that, then that is how the information could get out. Okay. But as far as it being public, that's usually a secret. Okay. So yeah. They in trouble. Yes, the aunt said it yesterday. Okay. What's at 11 o'clock today? Honey 5K. Okay, Real T TV said facts. Yeah, we trying to see what Honey 5K. What you talking about, sis? Look, cause I need to be ready. Q, what time is your live today? Or what time are you dropping the video? Because I think I have a meeting at 1 today. And I'm going to get off. Y'all, look. Latte, she makes sure I stay on top. Y'all, the other day, I was in here talking for 2 hours. My husband had called on the second phone. I didn't even know. Okay. I was like, we getting off of here, child. Let me hurry up and get to work. I need my job. Okay. Yeah, honey 5K, girl, where you at? We're trying to find out. Well, you'll tell me. I'll be on my own live today. Girl, we're trying to find out. We don't even know what's going on. Okay, well, I guess you'll let us know. But y'all, that is all that I have today. We'll try to work that out. Tomorrow is Friday. Okay. Let's see. Around 5 before the NFL game come on. Okay. Around 5 Central. So that's today around 5 o'clock Central Time. All right. Because I think that's Central. Hey, Brittany. Brittany be going, hey, sis. Look, you done popped in, girl. I'm about to pop out. Little Los, he keep asking his grandmother, yep, where is his mom at? Yes, I did see that. Yep. I can imagine, y'all. He probably has seen some of this stuff too. So prayers up for that baby and her mother and all of the families. Like, to be honest, y'all, even though we don't care for Holly and we know that what she did and all of that, we don't know if her family knew about all of this, that she would go out and do something like this. So this impacts them too. Okay, that now they have a daughter or a cousin or somebody that could be in jail for unaliving somebody. Okay, she been going in since yesterday. That's our sis. We love you, Brittany. Brittany not gonna hold back. Okay. Yeah, I think so, Jasmine. Yes. Holly won't be going to jail. Girl, somebody was saying yesterday. Wait, let me think. That was, look, I be watching so many lives. I think that was Key saying they want to go after Carlos instead of Holly. So I don't know. Child, it's a lot. Okay. Rest in peace, Meek's gone but never forgotten. Right. All right, y'all. I am going to get off. Shout out to everyone that donated today with either a super sticker, floating hearts, or something of that sort. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to D for doing your big thing yesterday, having an awesome live. And I think she's going live today as well. Yeah, Real TTV, okay? We gonna see. Don't you bring your line. Girl, shout out to the mod Latte. Thank you, sis, so much. I appreciate it. But y'all, I ain't gonna be rushing today, okay? But I am gonna be tuned in later on. I'm gonna be, in the streets, but I gotta get ready for work. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all make sure y'all have a great day today. And until next time, be blessed. Bye bye.